Hey YouTube, this is zooLert Official, and today we'll be having another Bakugan Mechtanium Surge Bku Trinity Booster Pack review. So I did mention earlier in our Bakugan Booster Pack reviews here that we were going to be having a couple of unboxings, so here they are for you. I wanted to have more unboxings, but I decided that we had so many of these to give a couple of them away. So hopefully we'll have those giveaways up soon, because I know the holidays is coming up and it'd be really nice to have some Bakugan in there for you parents to give away to, of course, your kids, and of course the kids to have the Bakugan themselves, because Bakugan is just an amazing toy. Okay, so let's start off. We have two packs right here. They're obviously both unopened, and I'm just going to take one of the boxes and show you the detail, of course, on the box. Right here along the side, it mentions that there is 3 Bakugan, 3 ability cards, and 3 gate cards included within the set. And if you guys saw the earlier videos, there's also a rule book inside of here. They just don't mention it. And on the back, they pretty much just show you a couple of the new Bakugan that are coming out. Same thing on this box. Nothing really special, you know. You have your warnings and, of course, the companies. So the box itself is, you know, the usual. Nothing really special to it. And then, of course, you know, you have the very nice Bakugan design all over the place. So let's get started with the unboxing itself. And keep in mind, these toys are for kids ages 5 and up. So let's begin. So here we have pretty much our first box. The design of it itself is, you know, not so bad. It stores the Bakugan pretty well. So, once I've taken that out, the first thing you'll notice are, of course, your cards. And the Bakugan actually come out separately from the bottom one. So, there is the first box. And let's see what's in the first box first. Okay, so that was our first booster pack. Let's go through the cards. We have Double Ground. I do not have this card. It is completely new. This card reads, instead of getting just one gate attribute bonus at this battle, your Baku Mutant gets both. So that's really cool. You have Pyrus is 80, Aquos is 60, Subterra is 100, Chaos is 150, Darkus is 120, and Ventress is 50. Very nice card. Love the detail in the picture. Here we have a Silver Lining card. This card, I'm just going to read you the attributes. 200 for Pyrus, 180 for Aquos, 10 and 10 for both Subterra and Chaos, and 160 for Darkus, 130 for Ventress. Very nice card. Here we have another gate card. This one is Gear Void. And Gear Void, surprisingly, for Pyrus, Subterra, Chaos, and Ventress have zero of the abilities or adding to the G power of your Bakugan. And Darkus and, of course, Aquos only have 10. So this gate card isn't, you know, really good for adding bonuses. So I'm going to read to you the description right here. Bakugan, a battle gear, may not be played. Baku Nano may be played. So, pretty much this gate card isn't so bad, but the detail is still pretty nice. And here we have the 3 ability cards. I've already showed you this ability card, so we don't need to go through it again. Surprisingly, I got it again. I guess it's pretty common to find it. We have the Random Wind, and we have the Predictable Smoke. So, pretty nice ability cards. I'm just a little bit, I don't know, because, you know, we already got one of the ability cards. But when it comes to playing Bakugan, I'm not a big fan of using ability cards myself. But that's okay, it's always nice to have something new. And here's the rulebook that hopefully I've showed you before. Pretty much just explains the rules of the game. But sometimes, you know, you can always make your own game, which is what I do most of the times. And moving on to the Bakugan themselves. First, I'm going to take one of my gate cards, place them down, and here we have Mutant Tailene. Mutant Tailene, we actually already have one of them in Pyrus form, but still, I really like this Bakugan. It's cool because you can remove, by clicking this button right here, the front half of Mutant Tailene. And this Mutant Tailene reads 600 Gs, and right here it says 200 Gs, and over here it says 140 Gs. So pretty much you can swap out Mutant Tailene's heads to make him stronger. So once I get Mutant Tailene back into form, like so, you can close him up. How you close him up is you start off with the feet, then you have to push in his arms, then his head, and you push that in. You have to make sure that the arms are kind of pushed into the side. If they're not, then it most likely will not work. You have to push in the back, because once you put him, if you put Mutant Tailene right here, there's a piece right here that pops open. So if I can get Mutant Tailene to fit in, his hands are probably the biggest struggle with Mutant Tailene, and then just clip in like so. So once you fold in the hands and you get them snug inside of the shields right here, you pretty much just pop in the head, you push them all in. Not very, very difficult. Next we have Vertex. Vertex is probably one of the cooler Bakugan, in my opinion, just because of the detail. Right here we have the arms. He has 4 arms in total, which is really cool. And all the arms are spring action, which is really nice as well. And his feet have a little surprise. He kind of has claws. And if we remove the tag right here, you'll notice he has 820 Gs. So not bad, but still, the G power can probably take out most Bakugan, so I'm very happy about that. So pretty much, this is what he looks like opened, with his claws as well. And to close him up, push the claws down, push his feet in, then you can push his head in, and you pretty much just get all of his arms to line up. Once you've done that, you just click everything in, and he's in his ball form. Okay, finally, the Bakugan we have been waiting for. I have no clue what this is. Hopefully it's something new, but, you know. Okay, so, not bad. This is, I believe, Titanium Dragonoid. Titanium Dragonoid is really cool. I've always been a big fan of any Dragonoids. So, here, let's pop open his legs, and he has 900 Gs. So that's very strong, and I really am happy that I got this Bakugan. I know earlier we've already seen it, of course, with the same color, the Pyrus Titanium Dragonoid. But still, it's always nice to have another one, you know, because you can always trade Bakugan, you can always use the exact same Bakugan to surprise your enemy, stuff like that. So, Titanium Dragonoid is extremely detailed. I love the wings, how they have like this little extra shield kind of smaller wing there. Of course you have the horns that can be moved up and down by pushing it up, and you have to do that for all 3 horns. So here is Titanium Dragonoid, and to close them up, all you have to do is close the feet first, like usual. After that, what you want to do is close your horns up, and he's pretty basic to close. It's kind of like your standard Dragonoid. Make sure the tail's in as well, in the back, which I forgot to mention, which can be open, which is very, very nice. you close him up, kind of like your average Dragonoid, by closing the wings and pushing down the head. Once you've got that closed, he's ready for action. So that was our first booster pack, and now we will be getting or opening our second pack. So here we have the second unopened box, so let's get right on in. So I've tried looking at the Bakugan, and I'm not exactly sure which one's the top one. I'm assuming it's again some type of Dragonoid, but not too bad because I'm a big fan of Dragonoids. So again, we have the cards that you can take out first. The bottom Bakugan comes out separately, and then the two Bakugan on top come next. So first, let's prop open this top Bakugan. The next Bakugan. Good thing they pack these things really tightly so they don't fall out or anything. And finally, our last Bakugan. Okay, so again, rulebook, nothing really special. And our cards. So let's start off with our ability cards. I really like this one. I don't even know what it is. It is Clean Silver. I don't have this card yet, but it looks really, really nice. So that's that. Another ability card, Sneak. Don't have this one as well. Detail, though, is very nice. The background on the Sneak card. And here we have Dark Help. Moving on to the gate cards. You guys just saw earlier, we did have Double Ground. Here we have the Gear Void. And here's the new card. We do not have this one yet. I believe it's A.G. Bellows. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. And on this card, 200 for Pyrus, 100 Aquos, 0 Subterra, 200 Hayas, 150 Darkus, and 250 Ventress. So not so bad. Now, of course, moving on to what you guys have been waiting for, the Bakugan themselves. So, if I pop everything open, the legs on this Bakugan, they actually might be spring out. Yeah, they are spring action. So that's really nice. You still have to open up the claws, though, or the bottom of the leg. This Bakugan reads 820 Gs, and I believe it's Krakenoid. We already had a Krakenoid in Aquos form, but I really like this Bakugan. It just looks extremely sick. Very, very nice designs. In my opinion, this is probably one of the cooler Bakugans that I've opened within the pack, only because of the detail, and I just don't know why. I really, really like this Bakugan. Probably because of the sleek design on itself. So 820 Gs, not so bad. Could probably fend off most of the Bakugan that it goes up against. To close this Bakugan, you close in the bottom claws, you close the legs, you push down the horn, you pretty much just fold up the head, push it down, and you can collapse the wings or the side of Krakenoid over the head, just like so. Next, we have, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, I believe it's like Wolfiro. Pretty much, you can pop out the legs like so, and if I put him on correctly, we had in the earlier reviews, we also had a Wolfrino. He was pretty cool. He's actually not so terrible. In my opinion, though, he's just a little difficult to close. That's the only thing I really found with Wolfrino. He's pretty, in my opinion, pretty cool, only because of his armor and, of course, his head is probably the coolest thing. And now I'm going to look for the G power. I was assuming around 800, and it reads 830 Gs. Again, not so bad. Probably fend off most of the Bakugan it goes up against. And here's how you close it. Push in the legs, and then you push down the horn at the very top. Push in the head, and on Wolfrino, he has kind of like flimsy hands right here that you push in, like so. Do that with both arms. You can push in the head, and you'll notice it forms a perfect half circle, which you then can collapse on top. Of course, over the body itself, you might have to open up the hands to go up against the side, just like so. So pretty much he's just trying to hold down his arms and heads that really get me. So finally, our last unopened Bakugan. Let's see what this is. Mercury Dragonoid. So you guys know I probably have like 4 or 5 of these by now. We have a lot of Mercury Dragonoids, so if you're a big fan of these, you will most likely find one inside of your packs. The only problem I had with Mercury Dragonoid is getting the top horn out. It is probably almost impossible because there is no little slip to really get it out. So I'm just going to move his back horns first, and there's a top horn right here, but I'm having trouble trying to get it out. So that's that. The top horn isn't the easiest thing to get out. I'll just leave it in. You guys have seen Mercury Dragonoid like 4 times already in my reviews. So, same thing. You have, of course, the button on the back, which can release the first half of Mercury Dragonoid. This Mercury Dragonoid is the head, 680 Gs, and inside 180 and 140 Gs. This is a Chaos Mercury Dragonoid. And at the bottom, you also have legs, which you then can put back on the head. Very simple. And this Bakugan, like I said before, one of my favorites, only because it's easy to close, looks really cool. The only problem is the top horn. Really, really hard to get at if you don't have nails or something really small like a toothpick to prop it out. So, to put a Mercury Dragonoid back together, I'm just going to run through it really quickly because I've showed this like 4 times. Put back in the legs, close the back, wings. You have to push down these 2 wings first before pushing down the head. Then you can close the horns, or you can close the horns first. So, that was all of our packs that I was going to unbox for you guys today, so I'm pretty much just going to conclude the video. Okay, so, as you guys can see, this is the conclusion of the video. I have both sets set up, and in my opinion, what I think about the booster packs is I love them. I just love opening up new Bakugan, especially the top Bakugan, only because I'm curious to know what's inside. So, here, all of these Bakugan, for instance, like my Mercury Dragonoid, I did receive a lot. Which isn't a terrible thing unless you're trying to collect Bakugan, but if you're a brawler, it could really help because trading Bakugan is always extremely fun. So, pretty much my opinion on these sets are love to open them, especially the top Bakugan, and I'm sorry about not having, of course, more unboxings for you guys, but I decided instead of having more unboxings to have more giveaways. So, check out our website for that, like I mentioned earlier in the video. So, you know, of course, the reviews right here are just going to show you guys, of course, what are my opinions on the set. And pay attention to the Bakugan because the sets that we give away, you might receive some of these Bakugan, hopefully. So, thank you for watching. Please rate, subscribe, comment. Check out our blogs for the updates on the giveaways for these products right here. So far, we have a couple of other giveaways going on. We'll try to get this one posted as soon as possible. So please rate, subscribe, comment, and thank you for watching.